Guys, I'm super excited about this. Hashtag road tripping with R&M, Rocky and Mayur. I must say, you guys are the OG of food blogging, food bloggers, just the love for food and the content that you've been dishing out for so many years now. Kudos, guys. You guys are goats.
Thank you very much. We don't understand half of what is going on. The only OG we know is the Purana Gana hota tha when we were growing up. AG, OG, Meri Sunoji. I don't know if they were referring to us or other people. But thank you very
much. Goat is fine because at the end of the day, mutton biryani is better than anything else. So if you're a goat, you're just about right in my book. I love you already. So Mayur, here's a lot of respect for you, my goat friend. One of these days.
यार ये तो गलत बात है। मैं तो गप्पे मारने आया था, यहाँ मेरा बकरा बना दिया।
Congratulations, guys. Season 5, Season 4 just came out, and now we get to see you doing another road trip. Say, has it got to a point where this feels like work after so many years, or you guys get excited, you wake up early in the morning to head on for a road trip?
If it felt like work, we wouldn't be doing it. Huh?
Yeah, I know. Because it's not like it pays millions and we're driving Bentleys. We do it because we love it.
Nice.
No, not at all. I think it's, it's also the fact that it's never the same. It's always changing. So, this time we went to Gujarat, which is really different from Delhi to Kolkata, which is where we went last time, which is completely different from Himachal. I mean, just our country is so many countries put together that every time you go to another season of road tripping, you're in a new country. So new country, new people, new food, new language. And that is going to be the biggest challenge on season 5. I can guarantee you already. I can see it now.
Let's take a look at the road trip that you guys are set on. You guys start off from Madurai. It's a 16-day. You're covering close to about 2,000 kilometers. And Madurai, of course, has some excellent idli and vada. Then you guys stop over at Dindigul, which is known for biryani. Oh my God, there are so many gems that you'll discover along the route. Is there any reason why you guys thought ye route to banta hai?
अभी आपने अपना जवाब पहले दे दिया, फिर क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हो। पहले बोला कितना लवली रूट है, इतना अच्छा खाना है यहाँ पे। ये अच्छा, वैसे आप क्यों जा रहे हो? Yeah, because the idea is, and Rocky's much better than me at sharing what was the kernel of the idea.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the idea is to again show people how to travel safely, how to rediscover this opportunity to rediscover our own country. अब फॉरेन ट्रैवल वगैरह नहीं हो रहा, तो इंडिया में सब कुछ है जो कहीं भी आपको इंटरनेशनल डेस्टिनेशन में मिल जाएगा. And road tripping with your own bubble is possibly the safest way to travel. So we are again trying to lay out a blueprint and share our adventures, but to basically excite people to get out there, travel, enjoy our country, meet different people, eat different food, and get our economy kick-started again, yeah, because the travel and tourism industry supports a lot of households, a lot of livelihood. तो लोग अगर सेफली ट्रैवल करेंगे, एक्सपीरियंसेस करेंगे, तो रेस्टोरेंट वाले का घर चलेगा, टूर गाइड का घर चलेगा, कंपनीज का घर चलेगा. So it's a win-win situation for everybody, provided, yes, please get your vaccinations, please travel safely, but get out there. Life is calling.
History TV 18 and the Rocky and Mayur brand, the one thing we have in common has always been the exploration of the unusual things, the beautiful things in India. So I think when we started speaking to them about this plan, what really came together was that there is we've all been locked down for so long. It's so hard to get out there. And it's such a different world from what it used to be 2 years ago when you could just get out and, it's the small things that make a difference. You could just get out, talk to people, go to an eatery, have something to eat. Those are big things now. I mean, people think 100 times before they go to a restaurant. So what's happening is there are a lot of people in the tourism and travel and food trade are really suffering. And that's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who are, out of pocket, who are in a bad situation, including us, because, we make our living from the same place. So I think it was a good initiative with History TV 18 to just get out there and promote safe travel again and say, look, this is not a permanent situation. Anytime the numbers are good, COVID is under control, you can travel safely because the world is now going to be like this forever. But if you take care, if you're careful and you're sensible, there's still all of India to explore. And I think it's the greatest country in the world to explore. And I'm not just saying it because that's the hype these days. It's an actual fact. You start just write down the names of the number of different kinds of food you get anywhere in the world. I think India will have more food than possibly 70% of the rest of the world put together. So that is how rich we are, and that is why the route. I mean, these are all powerhouses. Madurai, powerhouse. Dindigul, powerhouse. Trichy, powerhouse. You keep going down that road. I mean, just Mangalore, there are 16 cuisines that we have listed, Mayur and I, in Mangalore. And that's one city. So now when you start looking at all these destinations, we're looking at dozens of cuisines, and so exciting, fabulous.
Yeah, and I'm sure there are your out of syllabus pop-in surprises as you are taking this route that you will find along the way. And you guys are masters at bringing it to the rest of the world as well. Any particular points that you guys are really excited about individually? Mayur, Rocky, that you're waiting, ki, when are we going to reach there? Because I'm waiting to try this out.
Normally we do all these trips. Normally we start from Delhi. So we start from home and we make our way, but we're coming, and I'm actually excited about two places. One is Mysore, a wonderful place, not just for all the local food, but there's a lot of very exciting new things happening in Mysore. And if you want to see what, wo aap road tripping with RNM and History TV 18 pe aana dekhna. And then Goa. Rocky and I love showcasing in Goa. Everybody's thing on Goa is कि मतलब आप जाओ पार्टी करो बीच पे एंड ड्रिंक्स करो एंड कई लोग हैं वो जाके ड्रग्स करते हैं और डांस करते हैं. That is not even 1% of what Goa has. So with our past show Goangalis, we tried to show that, and with road tripping we'll really show you some things which will make you see and appreciate Goa in another way. So these are my two favorite, Mysore and Goa. Rocky Bhaiya.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have great misconceptions about the food of India per se. I mean, there's a lot of naive people out there who still believe that there are more vegetarians in India than meat eaters. So, sorry guys, that's simply not true. And a lot of them think that apart from Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, UP, there are a lot of vegetarians in South India, which, I mean, I find really hilarious. So that is something that I am looking forward to just landing up at places and having the most unbelievable meat dishes all across Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Goa. I mean, these are powerhouses for people like me who are predominantly carnivores. I mean, 80% of my food is meat and 20% is, whatever it takes to make the meat more palatable. So that's what I'm looking forward to. You're going to have meat coming out of your ears and going into my mouth all the time. Not in that order. I mean, don't come out of your ears and go into my mouth, but you know what I mean.
Rocky,
you just gave a
always...
new meaning to the word earpiece. एक leg piece, breast piece जो था अब Rocky ने earpiece भी कर दिया. Meat coming from your ear into my mouth.
Yeah, there you go.
Rocky, as always, just the brand ambassador of everything meat. Just well done, well done.
Absolutely, and proud of it.
Say, guys, over the years, is there one food preparation that just blew your mind in terms of the amount of work it takes, or it could be something that you couldn't believe कि ऐसा भी हो सकता है with food? Mayur, we'll go with you first.
Amritsari kulcha. It sounds very simple. It sounds very कि यार ये तो क्या है चीज मतलब आटा डाल दिया and taste आ दिया. But if you go to the all India famous Amritsari kulcha at Maqbool Chungi in Amritsar, you will see what a work of art it is. It is like making a samurai sword. आप आटा लेते हो, फिर आप उसमें घी डालते हो, फिर उसको fold करते हो, फिर घी डालते हो, fold करते हो, 6-7 उसके fold होते हैं. फिर वो चीज which is soaked in ghee, उसका टेक्निक ये होता है कि जब वो तंदूर में जाके बाहर निकलता है तो इतना मोटा है, multiple layers हैं, each layer soaked with ghee, and yet it is as crisp as a dosa. When you crumple it, makhan, and then उसके साथ जो आपको तरी मिलती है with anardana and all. So it is actually very complex. It is, I mean, like we had leading women chefs, the top 10, 12 leading women's chefs from all over the world that came at one stage for a program to India, and Rocky and I took them to Old Delhi. We hosted them, and then we took them to Indian Accent, and there they tried because they said, "Yaar, wo tandoori roti everybody knows. हम भी try करते हैं tandoori roti लगाने के लिए." And these are people who work with food all their lives. जान निकल गई थी उनकी. And then we asked them about one dish that they really liked. We said, if Chef Manish Mehrotra shared the ingredients, would you be able to make this? And because they are the best at what they do in the world, they just smiled and said, "Nahi ji, ye Indian khana jo hota hai, the level of complexity required." Yeah. So shorts to answer, Amritsari kulcha still blows my mind. It is beautiful taste, really technique driven. It takes many years of practice to get anywhere close to be able to do that. You can't just go there and say, "Chalo, main Amritsari kulche banata hu." So that's my favorite.
Just salivating just listening to you. Rocky, what's your pick going to be?
Yeah, I think intricacy is a very important part of the food we have. I mean, our food habits have remained unchanged for at least 2,500 years. We have some beautiful food across this country, which is really, really old. And so, you tend to become very good at it. After 2,500 years, you tend to know exactly when is the right time to, ferment the right kind of food at night to make your dosa the next morning, how it's going to come out, how it's going to be received, how crisp it's going to be, what season you're going to add what into it. This is just, knowledge passed from word of mouth, from generation to generation. And the fact that we have this consistency in the foods that we have, intricacy is second nature to us. I mean, we have always been blessed with spice, for example. The spices that the whole world came to kill each other over and tried to dominate us and, sort of enslaved our country is something that every Indian just takes for granted. I mean, you don't even think twice before you put, cardamom and elaichi and cloves and
tomato,
tez pata, 20 kinds of spices into your regular meat curry, and you're like, "Hey, this is we do every day." Now, this is unheard of anywhere in the world. Anywhere else in the world that you go, and you start making a simple Indian dish, like chicken curry is what I'm saying, but if you start making a decent biryani, or you start making a, mutta curry, or whatever you want to call it, you start making anything, and suddenly you realize that if you're anywhere else in the world, you're dead. I mean, I went to Paris and I was making an omelette for my friend, and I said, "Can you give me some coriander?" And he went out and he brought 4 stalks of coriander for €3. For €3. We just take it for granted. We're like, coriander, that much you'll get free from your sabzi wala every morning. He's like, "Yeah, take it, go and cook." Yeah. So, we are just so gifted. Mirchi bhi, well, those days are almost gone. But yeah, if you buy lots of veggies, you still can get away with free chili and coriander. But that's the kind of richness we have here. We are so gifted. We are so blessed by nature that we have everything we can possibly imagine. So I think every Indian dish, from the omelette upwards, is intricate and needs a tremendous amount of love and science and knowledge and art and technique and just intelligence to put together. So the guys who make food out there, salute to all of them. They're fabulous, incredible.
Absolutely. Big thank you. And no wonder, no matter which country you go to, sometimes you feel like putting a flavor of Indian there and you want to taste some Indian, no matter where you go, I guess. Guys, what's the wildest thing you put in your mouth?
ये तो फैमिली चैनल है, ये सब क्या बोल रहे हैं आप? मतलब क्या कर रहे हैं?
I can't tell you her name, but otherwise it would be.
अभी मैंने बोला फैमिली चैनल है रॉकी, अभी बोला.
Well, that's why I'm being discreet here. I'm not saying anything.
Rocky, just being a meat eater, just like, okay, let's talk about food. What's the wildest thing that you've had?
देखिए आप क्वेश्चंस थोड़ा ध्यान से पूछिएगा.
No, I think just everything. I remember Mayur once telling me that, I've tried every kind of meat. I just don't like it. It's not a big deal. I just taste it and spit it out. And that is why I don't eat meat and blah, blah, blah. And all our crew, because we've been traveling together for nearly 15 years, all the crew are always acting tough. Hey, what's the big deal? I'll take a bite of dog over here and I'll take a bite of snake over there and crocodile over here. And not a big deal, not a big deal. until finally we landed up in Kohima in Nagaland in the rainy season. And they, there was this tree that was being cut down, and at the base of that tree, they found these worms about this big. But my hand is very, very large, but the worms were about that big. So they were about 5-6 inch long worms, and fat and white in color. And there were 100 of them at the base of this tree. And apparently you can only access them when you cut the tree because they grow under the root.
Okay.
So they brought them out and they brought them for us. They were alive initially, and they were like, you can eat them like this. And I was like, no. So they boiled up some and steamed some, and they brought them. And I said, look, I just want to see someone eat one, because after somebody eats one, I know it's not poisonous. It's not going to kill me because it looks deadly. It had these red dots on it and black lines, and it was gray colored and yellow eyes, and it was like really weird looking thing. So finally they found it. They said, no, this is only for the kings. We can't eat it. So I was like, listen, I'm not falling for that nonsense. Somebody should eat one. So some guy then finally came up and he said, okay, I'll eat one. And he ate one, and I looked at him and he seemed okay. So I was like, okay, I'll take a bite of one. So I picked up a small one, which was about that big. And I took a bite out of it. And it was the most excruciatingly vicious taste that I have ever had in one bite of anything. I mean, I've eaten fermented soybean paste raw, which is akhuni, it smells like you wouldn't believe. It's the worst smelling thing in the world. I've never smelled anything as bad as tungrumbai or akhuni or fermented soybean paste. It tastes great when it's in food, but it smells really bad. And I still couldn't, it was so hard to eat that worm. So I ate one. And then I just called these guys and I said, come guys, take a bite here. And not one guy walked away from there without gagging and throwing up. Not one. All of them tried it. I made sure they did. And each one of them gagged and threw up. So there's, it's one man's meat is another man's poison. It's an old saying. I think in India, we have to respect that. In India, more than any other country. Because the variety of food that we eat in India is incredible. Just different corners. If you take frog's legs from Kerala and you say, if you tell a Punjabi, look, here's some frog legs, eat them. He'll be like, you mad? Eat frog. But that's because it's Kerala and it's, mainstream and people know about it, people still accept it. But if you go to the Northeast, there's some fabulously protein-rich, delicious meats there, and some meats like the worms and stuff like that, which are really hard to eat. But for a forest-dwelling community, they're awesome. But I think I've never eaten anything more difficult to swallow than that. I'll give you an explanation. The outside was like a prawn shell. So you can't chew it, right? It never dissolves. It just breaks up into small pieces and stays in your mouth. You can't chew it. You can't swallow it. The inside was like, Mayur like to describe it as custard, like thick custard. It was yellow custard.
But a custard that has been lying there for about 13 years. And it's gangrenous green. You can when Rocky took the first bite, he took the bite. Hum sab bhag gaye wahan se. As soon as he bit, that smell that came in the room, sab bhag gaye wahan pe. He's sitting there saying, you bastards come back. And we're like, yaar, hum to paas bhi nahi aa rahe iske, yaar. It was horrible. I can't even describe it.
Wow. Some great memories.
It was, it was incredible. Incredible. And the usual stuff like frogs and reptiles and amphibians and insects and stuff, that is just part of the gig, just every day eating. No problem.
Incredible, guys. Overall, this road trip is looking so very exciting. I can't wait for you guys to reach the coastal belt, Mangalore. They use Byargi chili and they end up doing some amazing prawn ghee roast and some mouth-watering food that you guys will absolutely love and dig into. Before we wrap this up, I just have a couple more questions. One food combination that you endorse really well. People have their whims and fancies with different things. They'll try out everything. We know some people who'll try pickle with payasam if you allow them and stuff like that. But is there one food combination that you absolutely endorse and say, try this? Mayur?
Something unusual or just anyways a favorite food combination?
It could be a combination that's worked for you.
Yeah, I have been known to try Maggi noodles with melted dark chocolate on top. So I don't know if you should be, as an experimentation.
Really? I mean, without
without the tastemaker. So I actually just made sort of a
So it
melted
becomes
chocolate and
chocolate noodles.
yeah. So, but I don't know if I'll endorse that as a thing and all. But if I have to have a go-to combination, जो मतलब अगर कोई कुछ भी बोले, तो फिर रबड़ी जलेबी है. मतलब सबको every time once in life people must, everybody has their favorites in their city where you want to take people to this. So for example, अगर कोई दिल्ली में आएगा तो Rocky would love to take them to Kareem's because वहाँ का रान अभी भी बहुत स्पेशल है. वहाँ का जो सीख निकलता है immediately अगर आप खाओ उठा नहीं सकते आप. मेरा है वहाँ पे ही. अगर दिल्ली में कोई आए तो ओल्ड दिल्ली में ऑल इंडिया फेमस, अगेन इट्स कॉल्ड ऑल इंडिया फेम, द जलेबी there and then the rabdi with it. So I think anybody who comes to India and anybody who asks me कि भाई खाना क्या खाना है, if they try nothing else, नंद के छोले भटूरे and ये रबड़ी जलेबी, तो पक्का बिना खाया their India journey is not complete.
Perfect. Rocky, what about you? Food combination?
I have a very quirky one that I love. I mean, if you take a good chicken gyros, you mentioned Bedagi. In fact, we have a lovely 10-minute segment on the Bedagi Marsanka actually, and how it's predominantly now used for lipsticks and nail polishes, and not for food that much, because of the capsaicin, because of the oleoresin content in it being so high, it's almost this red that you can see. Almost as red as that.
That's it.
That you can see behind me. So
antique silver 6 lakh का silver glass dent हो गया.
It's very old. Nothing will happen to it. But so if you take a good gyros and then you take a pav bun and you slice it into two and put butter and sugar and then dip the pav bun in butter and sugar till it absorbs and then eat your chicken gyros with it, it's a brilliant taste. I mean, I discovered it purely by accident because I was having a sweet pav anyway with jaggery and butter. And then I just sort of happened to dip it into my ghee roast and took a bite. I almost died with how good it was. But sugar is slightly better. So melted butter and sugar in a pav, dipped in it, and then use that to eat your ghee roast chicken. It's spot on there.
Oh, perfect. Love it. I don't know about the chocolate noodles that much. However, this combination, I'll definitely try it out. Guys, what food combination do you love trying? Just put that in the comments below. And of course, we are looking forward to Rocky and Mayur's journey. Road tripping with RNN. Hashtag road tripping with RNN. You can watch it on History TV 18. That apart, just check out their social media handles because the episodes go up almost immediately as they are taking their journey. It's going to be an incredible journey over 16 days. Close to about 2,000 kilometers. And this time they're concentrating the South like never before. So looking forward for this. Finally, for us to put an end to it, guys, is there something called as a veg biryani?
There's nothing even called a veg. There's no veg in this planet. You're breathing animals right now. With every breath, millions of little beings are dying in your body. With every bite, bacteria are being consumed. Acids are burning. Billions of living things in your stomach all the time. And you think you're vegetarian, you're not. But let me just add this, guys. It's starting on the 23rd of August till the 7th of September. There's 6 to 8 videos every day. Videos come to you every hour and a half. We will be sleeping in a different city every night almost. We might stay an extra night in a city if we really love it. But it's unplanned, disorganized, completely live, word of mouth. You tell us where to go, we'll end up there. If you see us walking around on the streets of Chikmagalur and you say, look, this is very good, in 1 hour we'll be there trying it out. So it's complete chaos. We neither of us knows too much Tamil. I mean, I know all the abuse words in pretty much every language in India, but that doesn't always work. But we'll be having a mad time trying to communicate stuff out there. And it's going to be insane. And so join in the journey. It's on social media only. It's not on History TV 18 or on Rocky and Mayur, but it's all on our social media handles. So you can catch us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And it's like Sriram said, it's almost live. I mean, we shoot in an hour. You're watching it in your homes. And then again, we shoot. So every day, every hour and a half, 2 hours, you're getting a new video. Unfortunately, Mayur is going to be there. But fortunately for you, so am I. So please watch it.
इस बार तो 2 दाढ़ी वाले बाबा मिलेंगे, 2 दाढ़ी वाले बाबा. So just to add to that, if you just go onto any of these platforms that are there and you follow us on @Rocky and Mayur, ROCKYANDMAYUR, one word, all lowercase, or you can just check for the hashtag road trippin with RNM. The RNM stand for Rocky and Mayur, and trippin में G नहीं होता क्योंकि हमारे को ज्यादा इंग्लिश आती नहीं है. So on either of those things, if you just follow that, subscribe to that, you will get 6 to 8 beautiful, fun videos of where we're going. You can choose to follow the whole journey, or you can choose to pick up bits के भाई मैंगलोर में कहाँ खाया रॉकी मयूर ने, या गोवा में पार्टी करने के लिए कौन सी जगह है. So you can pick and choose also, and that's the power of this platform and what we're doing with this show. So please come along on the journey. It's a very long journey. 16 घंटे हम काम करते हैं. You see only the happy smiling faces. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and really at the end of the day जब हम जाके लेटते हैं, वर्क नहीं है तो देखा ना, अब आपको पता लग गया काम कौन कर रहा है, पार्टी कौन कर रहा है. But at the end of the day, when we go and lie down, no matter how tired we are, what we do is we look at the post, we look at all your comments, and that really gives us the energy and the joy of going forward, because we are being able to share this with you and we're getting that. So please don't stop doing that. Please give us, we're very happy to hear all sorts of feedback, what it's doing, what you'd like to see more of. तो आप वो सब प्लीज हमारे साथ लगे रहिए, बिकॉज वहां से हमारे को हमारी एनर्जी मिलती है. हम आपके लिए कर रहे हैं, आप हमारे लिए कर रहे हो, तो कितना अच्छा है. What a lovely world we live in.
No, it's also on all the social media handles of History TV 18. So make sure you catch it there also. And I think the most beautiful part is, you wake up one morning, it's a rainy morning, you put on your internet, and the first thing you see is a beautiful breakfast in Udupi, some wonderful aromas, beautiful sights, flowers, temples, people going about their work, and some lovely breakfast laid out. So every day, anytime you put on your social media and you look at Rocky and Mayur or History TV 18, you will find something unusual, something beautiful, bang in front of you. And so that's, I think, the reason why people should watch it above anything else.
Perfect.
And to answer your question, finally, there is nothing called veg biryani. There is nothing called veg anything. Enjoy.
Thanks so much, guys.